Welcome to the BabyWarmer design tool. This is where you build your design. On the right side, you can see a diagram of the incubator. It's like a sleeping bag. It has 4 pockets where you can add phase change materials, or PCMs, and you can choose to add an insulating material inside the base fabric layers. In real life, once these pockets are filled, the sleeping bag would be wrapped around an infant. Below the incubator, you can see the design cost. The base materials start at $20, and the cost increases as you add more materials. Let's get started adding PCMs to your design. To open the menu, you can select the label on the right of the incubator model, or select the menu bar. You can use the plus or minus buttons to add or remove the PCMs. When they're added, you can see the packets appear in the design. In this menu, you can see the properties of each type of PCM. You should consider the plateau temperature, plateau time, reheat time, and cost when you make your design. In this menu, you can choose between 3 insulating materials: cotton, fleece, or wool. The insulation materials are shown by the changing background colors of the design. You can also choose how many layers to add. When more layers are added, we see the thickness changing. Finally, you can test the design by selecting the Test button. First, let's look at your design details. Here we can see the materials you included in your incubator, and below there's a visual representation of your design. Now let's look at the test results. You have results for each of your project criteria. You can see baby's average temperature, time outside healthy range, and total cost. Below the test results, you have 2 graphs that will help you analyze your design. On this graph, the y-axis is temperature and the x-axis is time. Below the graph, there's a key. By selecting, you can turn lines on and off to simplify the view. Let's turn off the PCM lines. Now you can see that the baby's temperature increases, levels off, drops, and then repeats the cycle. Now let's look at the PCM line graph. You can see that the PCM temperature decreases quickly to its plateau temperature and stays that way for the plateau time, then decreases again quickly. You can also see that there's a gap before the next cycle. This means that the PCMs are being reheated in hot water, shown in the graph above. The gap on the graph is the same as the reheat time. Right now the graph shows the full 12 hours of the test, but you can investigate the results by using the time slider or using the replay button. Let's take a closer look at how the baby's temperature relates to the PCM temperature. First, the baby's temperature increases. This is because the PCMs are warmer than the baby. Once the PCMs cool to their plateau temperature, we see that the baby's temperature also levels out. Then the baby's temperature starts to decrease again when the PCMs cool. Knowing how the PCMs impact the baby's temperature is important because it helps you improve your design. When you're done analyzing, you can always start over, or you can return to the design screen to modify your design by selecting Edit. If we make a more complex design, when we look at the test results, we can see that the graph is very detailed. But remember, you can always show and hide different temperature lines and use the time slider to analyze your results. If you have any more questions about how to use the BabyWarmer design tool, ask your internship coordinator. Good luck!